guys, before I start the video, make sure you vote in the upper right corner for which car you think is going to win this race. Thanks. This is a 1971 Javelin made by the
American Motors Corporation!
And a lot of people forget about AMC, but they were putting out some really great high-performance cars back then. We're talking AMX, SC Rambler, Rebel Machine, and of course, the Javelin. In 1971, AMC was using high nickel content steel in all of the V8 engines, and that made them extremely strong and reliable. You could put a ton of miles on these cars, or in the case of this specific Javelin, a ton of quarter miles. Let's talk a little bit more about that absolutely delicious 401 cubic inch V8, shall we? It had a forged crank and rods with cast pistons, a Motorcraft 4-barrel carburetor, dual exhaust, and a compression ratio of 9.5 to 1. In total, that package put out 330 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 430 pound-feet of torque at 3,400 RPM. There were a few different transmissions available in the Javelin that year, all of which were supplied by Borg-Warner, and that even included a T10 4-speed manual option, but this car features the 3-speed automatic, which they termed the Shift Command Automatic. And by 1972, that would change to a Torque Flight Automatic, but for 1971, it was still the Shift Command, which was okay. There were lots of rear gear options available in the Javelin that year, anywhere from a 287 all the way to a 410, with this car having 373 gears and a twin grip limited slip. And if there's one thing that I enjoy, it's twins gripping some things.
And twins!
And you might be saying to yourself, well, that Javelin looks a little bit thick. I bet it weighs quite a bit. And surprisingly, no, this car with driver is coming in at only 3,566 pounds. And most of that weight savings came from the engine. It had thin wall casting and weighed only 540 pounds. That's lighter than most small block Chevrolets while putting out big block power. Let's take one last look at the recipe for this car. Hey guys, Guy Fieri here. We're going to take our well-aged 49-year-old AMC and we're going to sprinkle in just a little bit of 401, and that's going to give us a one-way ticket to the Performance Peninsula. Straight up f***ing it out. By chance, would you like to see what our old pal Bud has to say about the 71 AMC Javelin? Alright, let's check it out.
Essentially, this 401 is a stroked 390, and it did well in all of the acceleration runs. 7.1 seconds after we left the line for the third time, we hit 60 miles an hour.
And this next clip, you guys, I have no reason to show it other than it's f***ing awesome. The 71 Javelin sold rather well, 26,866 cars. But enough talk about this 1971 AMC Javelin, let's check out its opponent. This is a 1969 Plymouth Road Runner A12. And you might be asking, well, what exactly do you get with that A12 package? Well, you guys better put on a seatbelt, because I'm going to go through this real quick. 6-barrel carburation featuring 3 Holley 2-barrel carburetors, an Edelbrock aluminum intake, higher load valve springs, heavy-duty rockers, oil pump, and radiator, a compression ratio of 10.1 to 1, and an engine measuring 440 cubic inches, putting out 390 horsepower at 4,700 RPM and 490 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. Not to mention a set of 15-inch steel wheels fitted with G70-15 Goodyear polyglass red streak tires, and who could forget the signature, absolutely badass black fiberglass lift-off hood. Interestingly, disc brakes were not available on this car. It came with heavy-duty 11-inch drums, but that was it. So if you want to go fast, this is a great car. If you want to stop, it's not such a great car.
And it sounded like Brad maybe didn't. Oh, and you see he's just hit a crew member.
Let's take a second to go back and talk about that horsepower. If you recall, I said that the Roadrunner was rated 390 horsepower. Well, the NHRA came in and said, Plymouth, you're not fooling anybody. That's actually 410 horsepower. So I guess you could say that Plymouth was trying to blanket the truth. The There were a couple transmissions available in the '69 Roadrunner A12. The standard was a 4-speed manual, or for another $39.30, you could opt for the 3-speed automatic. Come on, you guys. You know it's a torque flight, super robust. That's what this car has. Booyah! A Dana 60 with sure grip and 410 gears was standard in these cars.
That was awesome.
Wait a minute, did I forget to mention that the 1969 Roadrunner was the Motor Trend Car of the Year?
Is it any wonder Motor Trend magazine bestowed it with their mighty Car of the Year award? Catch it at your Plymouth dealer.
Stupid coyote, it's all like, oh, that thing fell on me. And I should probably tell you guys the weight of this car. With driver, it's coming in at 3,784 pounds, so that gives a 218-pound weight advantage to the Javelin. But enough talk about these two cars. Let's see what they can do on the drag strip. And the Roadrunner got off to an early lead, running a 12:31 at 111.33 miles per hour, compared to the Javelin's 13.10 at 106.27 miles per hour. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with the Javelin's ET, and of course an A12 Roadrunner, we all expect those things to be rockets. Let's check it out one more time. Thanks for checking out this drag race, you guys, and I'll see you at the next one.